Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 27th of August, another son's birthday. Well, I've been listening, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm sure you have as well. But as I listened to the Vice President of the United States last night make his speech about law and order, I heard what was heard hundreds of years ago when you saw that the Union troops moved in on the native people, slaughtered them, called them savages, murdered them, moved them off their land into reservations as they occupied their lands, took their lands, built their homes on their land, treated them like animals, and eventually brought in an extraordinary mass of slaves, other people of other nationalities that could not speak the language, just brought them in, sold them amongst the people, and treated them worse than animals. They were slaves, they were work horses, they were work dogs, they were mules, they were anything that evil wanted them to be. And evil has done this for over 400 years. And over 400 years, people are rising up, people are fed up, they've heard the promises made by the powers that be that bear no fruit, and they're upset, and they're saying that we're not going to take it anymore. And in one of those instances, the Lord God Almighty used the death of George Floyd to tell the world that the powers that are in control over the earth, those powers are evil, and that there is another power that is not evil. It is righteous, and it is good, and it is kind, and it is loving. And that's the one that I've been telling you about. But right now, they are planning, after all of the pain and suffering that they've caused people of color and poor people, white as well, out of all the pain and suffering that they've caused, they are not satisfied. Now they have made a decision that they are going to make America great again by putting it all back in the control of those evil ones who expressed it in the beginning. Those who took this land with guns, those who lied and cheated and stole. And now they're saying that they're going to come back out here, and those people that have been victimized by what they have done and who have said that they're not going to take it anymore, they are going to bring the federal troops into the borders of the United States and seek them on their second-class citizens. Seek them on those who they don't consider as being human beings. Seek the military on those who have had their health care diminished or taken away from them. Seek the military on those who have no jobs. Seek the military on those who are being denied education. Seek the military on those who are living from paycheck to paycheck, or standing on the corners, or living behind pasteboard boxes. You're going to seek the military on these people and kill them, or force them to go back into their cubby holes and accept the persecution that evil brings upon them. That's what I heard Vice President Pence say last night. That's what I've been hearing all of those Republicans say. They've been going along with this. And I haven't heard the Democrats do too much better. I haven't heard the Democrats do too much better. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. Poor people, people of color, there's a war against you. And I want you to remember this. Evil will use their guns to kill and try to force people, as they have done over these centuries. And they have more guns than people of color. So you have to be smart. Make sure that every bullet that they fire, it might kill a person of color, but it destroys something that's very important to them, and that's property. You see, human life means nothing to them, but property means everything. This is why when they went down on Black Wall Street, what was their intention? Burn them out. Destroy everything that they've built. Their homes, their businesses, leave them out on the street. And they did that. So, this is one thing that they've taught you. You might not have the guns, and they may be in the suburbs, and you might be on the other side of the railroad track. But there is an example of a wildfire that's in California, and it is indiscriminate. It gets them all. There's another example of about a hurricane. Somebody said it was stretching from 400 miles across, and it was indiscriminate. It didn't care what color you were. It didn't care whether you were rich or poor. It didn't care whether you were old or young or sick and dying. It came. And so what we're saying, ladies and gentlemen, if evil wants to come and attack us again, if evil wants to come and attack righteousness again, I want us to stand with righteousness. If they want to take us to hell, evil, if it wants to create hell for us, then let us create heaven for everybody. I don't want, and I'm not going to waste my time trying to just keep Trump out of office. I want to keep any and everybody out of office that would deny any human beings in America and eventually, as we set the example, across the globe. We must set ourselves free. God has given us the authority and the power to set ourselves free. And the reason, because now we see what they're trying to do. We see what they're doing with the killing of black people. This is all a part of a game. Trump is still in office, a part of the game. Barack Obama couldn't have got away with it. Trump getting away with it because it's a part of the design. Don't be foolish. Don't be foolish. Don't be foolish. If they will kill John F. Kennedy, why? Because they didn't want what he advocated. If they don't want what you advocate, they will get rid of you. If what you advocate gets a pass, it's because they want it. Ladies and gentlemen, don't you be tricked. People across this globe in power knows exactly what's going on. We're around here pissed off at Trump. Trump is just a tool. We're around here mad at Trump. Let's get Trump. Get Trump. This is not just Trump. This is a coup. An American coup. This is to capture America. To capture America. Just like China and the Chinese people have been captured. Just like Russia and the Russian people have been captured. Just like North Korea and the North Korean people have been captured. Just like people all over the globe have been captured throughout time because they did not make the right move. The proper move is to stop trying to be worse than the persons that are the powers that are in before you, but be better than they have ever been. The pain and suffering that exist, let us make sure whatever those pains and sufferings are eliminated from amongst the human species. So when they come to try to oppress people of color more, if they want to kill us, you know what to do. And when they wake up and realize how foolish they are, then we have already set the example, because we are making sure that the gifts that came from above or from all on the earth or from in the earth, seen and unseen, from a power that we can't see, but it's here to serve the benefit of us all in a positive manner and not in a negative manner. Some people say there's no racism. Okay, let's say for you there is no racism. Is there pain and suffering? Is there pain and suffering? Let me ask you this. For those of you who think that the evilness that's exhibited through the Trump administration, if you think it's so fantastic and so wonderful, does poverty still exist? Does crime and violence still exist? Does hatred and racism still exist? So what's in it different? The only thing different now is that more white people are standing up claiming their hatred, claiming their evilness. But they're claiming it under the pretense that it's the righteous thing to do. Ask them what any of them would like to have happen to them what's happening to the others. And every last one of them would say no. And yet they will perpetrate that pain and suffering on others. I guess I'm talking too long. I think I'll stop for here because I know I'll be back a little bit later on. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening.